Want to make music like Sarah Schachner? Welcome to Euan Smith Music. Hi and welcome to another video. In this episode we are going to give you the tips and tricks that you need to make music like American film composer and video game composer Sarah Schachner. Before we dive in, if you want to make your music masterpiece, then don't forget to subscribe now and tap that bell so that you don't miss a beat. It's an exciting time for women in music and especially composing for the juggernaut that is the video games industry. As more indie games and game developers rise out of the ashes, the breadth of coding abilities reaches a younger audience. It's going to be amazing to see and hear the kind of music and styles that composers are creating. Sarah Schachner has been composing for video games like Anthem, Assassin's Creed Origins, Call of Duty Infinite Warfare, and many more for a number of years. What's exciting about her sound is that she's grown up with inspirations very similar to mine. She's a multi-instrumentalist, she plays violin, piano, cello and a whole host more, and she's been inspired by film music as well. Having teamed up with film composer Brian Tyler in assisting him making music for video games such as Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3, Far Cry 3, Need for Speed The Run, and Army of Two Devil's Cartel. Her sound I would describe as a blend of live, orchestral strings and electronic sounds. This is evident of course in games such as Assassin's Creed, which along with other games and links I will put in the description below so you can watch them after you've watched this video. In Anthem, the theme is a blend of double cello and violins with vocoded voice effects and Eastern inspired tonality punched with strong brass in unison and a pounding drum section. There's a Celtic military feel that has all the hallmarks of an action game. The use of synthesized sounds give a sense of the otherworldly feel, and the choral effects from the choirs give a sense of the height to the sound. So let's jump in and create this musically. So in Logic, I've created a template using a sound palette from East West Studios Platinum and Diamond sound libraries, available through the Composer Cloud subscription. I'm aiming to compose between 2 and 5 minutes of music to share the process of how you could too. So let's start with selecting the instruments. The sound palette is vital to reproducing the sound of Sarah's anthemic world. See what I did there? I'm going to use strings, brass, percussion, synths and voice with effects that I'll record later, as well as a choir singing the words, "We sing our anthem for the future." And these aren't particularly linked to the game, these are just words I've chosen which I think will be quite a nice theme to have throughout my creation. I'm going to organise my tracks. Really important to organise your tracks in any DAW or digital audio workstation. It's important so that anyone looking at your work can follow the workflow easily. I used to slam a load of tracks down, put loads of effects on and wonder why the computer was struggling to keep up. Nowadays I know, albeit a bit late on, why the best practice is to keep the best depth of sound. So you've got to keep the tracks organised, free from effects or dry as much as possible, and then bounce them to auxiliaries where you can do the treatment afterwards. Number 3, let's create the ideas. Once the prep's been completed, it's time to experiment with the ideas. I improvise an awful lot in the early stages, but if you're a music maker that likes to plan, that's also fine. It's the playing that gets the ideas down, so make sure you get playing. Planning will get you so far. Balancing and gain steps. Step number 4. Nowadays, composers have got to be masters of all. They've got to create the music, they've got to make the sounds, blend them, mix them, master them, in order to send to a variety of people, sound engineers and audio teams, in order for them to use them in their projects. And last but not least, the mastering. I'm still very much getting to grips with this side of things, having all these sounds and all these ideas, and I throw them all down and I think I've got to make them sound coherent, sensical and something that could be dropped into a big production. Mastering is the key to make all your levels of all your tracks sound nice and clear, very very similar, before you can then treat them with any other effects at the end. That's the process that I use. Don't forget, if you want to see more in the Make Music Like series, there is a playlist which I will link to the top right of the screen. Make sure that you watch all of those. I have shown you how to make music like Westell and Thordsson, and I've also shown you how to make a winning Eurovision song. And also in the coming weeks, I'm going to be showing you how you can create music like the composers for Fortnite and the new up and coming Marvel Captain Marvel film. So look out for those Please subscribe and tap the bell so that you don't miss a beat. Sometimes YouTube forgets to tell people that I put videos up every Thursday. Make sure that you do that and you will not miss a beat. And of course, follow me on these socials that you can see on your screen now. Search for Euan Smith Music and you will find me. Great to see you again. Look forward to seeing you in the next video, and I'll see you all very soon. Keep making that music.